Welcome back, everyone. Had a little incident there. Not too serious. Daryl Vanderzan in number 9 had a little flip just after the green flag. Hurt his elbow or arm a bit, but he's being taken care of at Welland County General Hospital right now, and everything should be okay. Apparently what happened is that he number 63, Chris Dominy, and number 36, Andrew Dominy, got together, and as a result, Andrew Dominy's cart went a little high, and Daryl's cart ran on top of him. The front wheel hit the motor and launched the cart into a somersault, and that's how we ended up with our little incident there, but should be all right, and we're ready to start the Junior 1 feature race.
Yeah, we're ready to go. It's Matthew Champagne on the pole here.
There's the green. Matthew Champagne on the pole. Again with Wes Yursky right there. Number 8, Robbie Middlemiss. Oop, coming together. Chris Dominy involved in a little incident again. Matthew Champagne in control, coming out of 4. Wes Yursky working on him. Battle between Robbie Middlemiss and Blake Priestley from Fawn Hill. We got a nice battle going there in mid-pack for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th position between Robbie Middlemiss, Jason Priestley, Andrew Dominy, Chris Dominy, and that's it, I guess.
We got a yellow on the flag on the track, Don. It looks like our crash guard's come off.
Yeah, we lost the rear bumper from, let's see whose cart that could be.
36.
Oh, number 36,
yeah, that was,
Andrew Dominy.
Andrew Dominy. Perhaps the collision weakened it a bit and it just fell off.
Yeah, we can't continue the race without the rear bumper, so he'll have to come in. You can see the starter is putting out the black flag in a technical consultation. And here he comes, number 36, Andrew Dominy from Fenwick, who was involved in the incident just at the start of the race with Daryl Vanderzan. Okay, got to get ready here. Give number 36, Andrew Dominy, a chance to get that bumper fixed. If he can do it quick enough, he'll be allowed to go into the field. If not, then he won't be able to start the feature. It's an unfortunate circumstance. Some of it might have been caused by the earlier incident. You never know, right?
Well, I kind of think so, Don. It was that kind of a thing where a wheel goes over another wheel and hits everything in its way, the crash guard and the motor, and probably was damaged in that.
No, here goes the green. Number 63 is going to have to stay out, and immediately Matthew Champagne goes in the lead. But there's a great battle between Robbie Middlemiss and Wes Yursky. Wes Yursky, the point leader. They're going at it, hammer and tongs. And also behind him, Jason Mussett and Blake Priestley having a battle. There we go, all 4 of them. Robbie Middlemiss and Wes Yursky got together and made Wes go back a bit and allowed Jason Mussett to come up into 3rd place. Little contact makes a big difference, cuts down momentum, and here you go. From 5th to 3rd because of the contact.
Yeah, when the carts are racing together, it tends to slow them down. You can see the large advantage Matthew has now over the rest of the field, but they're all still bunched up fighting for position. Matthew
Champagne at MXK chassis is just running away with it. Smoothness plus. Let's concentrate on back of the field. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch him. It's a 15-lap race, about 1/3 of the way through it, but there is a good battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th between Robbie Middlemiss holding 2nd place, and number 88, Jason Mussett, with our points leader Wes Yursky from Ridgeville right there. Here comes Blake Priestley down the front straight, trying to get past Wes Yursky. Can't do it. Wes Yursky is, the cart's handling really well in the turns. Also right there is Chris Dominy and number 16, Daryl Garrison, who got caught up in that first lap incident, but just barely managed to avoid it. I talked to him after the race. It was very close. I'm sorry, after the incident, before the race was restarted. Matthew Champagne is just walking away. Wow, look at this battle. Well, we got a spin up there between 16 and 63.
These guys are really going at it out there. I haven't seen them do it this badly or roughly in a long time. They're really, really hungry, it looks like.
Boy, these guys are driving just like senior drivers. I don't know.
Yeah, they remind me of the over 35s.
Blake Priestley comes in, got his exhaust pipe rearranged there a bit. And there's his dad and brother Joey helping him out, telling him what to do. Joey's doing some Mexican speed wrenching there by kicking the exhaust pipe. He set these cars up really carefully with a lot of work, and then when it comes to race time, usually a resort to some kicking and Mexican speed wrenching. Right, Paul?
Yeah, it's a race to get into the race, actually. I see one of our carts has been black flagged. I think it's the 88 of Jason Mussett.
It might be that he was getting in too many incidents. He seems to be involved maybe in the middle of all the stuff. It's hard to say, or whether it's a technical infraction. Could be either, it's hard to say. But it's normal if somebody gets involved in too many incidents, the flag might drop on him because they think there might be a problem there.
Yeah, Dana Coxworthy, our starter, doesn't like a lot of rough driving. He gives you a couple chances. He'll point the black flag at you, tap his flags together, and then you're gone. If there's there's no arguing with the starter. He's the ultimate official.
Yeah, in racing, the starter takes control of the race. Under starter's orders, that's what it's called, and that's what it means. Under starter's orders. The starter is a controller of the race. Nobody can go out there and tell him what to do. Nobody questions his authority once the race is underway. You can do it after, but during, very bad procedure. We're getting ready for the start. Matthew Champagne lost his lead. Dana didn't like the lineup. Robbie Middlemas is right there in second, Wes Schwersky, but I know they're going to have a really tough time once Matthew gets going. He seems to get that lead and build on it. Now he's lost it. Can he hold it? Is the kart working the same? We'll find out.
Yeah, Matthew's a momentum driver. He keeps his momentum up in the corners, which enables him to have a higher straightaway speed. So that's because of his smoothness. He doesn't jerk the steering wheel. He's very, very imperceptible moves of the steering wheel enable him to steer the kart very gently and not force the tires to do anything they don't really want to do. And consequently, he keeps his momentum up, keeps his speed up all the way around. It's very important in the junior ones with this restricted engine.
Matthew and his dad, Andre, also put a lot of time into testing, racing at different tracks. His dad, Andre, is an ex-motorcycle racer, a current unlimited kart racer, knows his stuff, coaches his son. He's bringing it into the sport nicely, and it's showing. Here we go. There's the green. Matthew just takes off. Robbie Middlemas right there trying to keep up with him. Wes Schwersky in third. Chris Dominy in fourth. And a little battle between Blake Priestley and Daryl Garrison at the rear. I think Daryl is a fairly new driver.
Yeah, it's Dan, actually, and he's a fairly new driver this year. Him and his sister share the kart. She races in junior 2s every other week, and he races in junior 1s every other week. So I have a bit of a problem getting a lot of seat time, but it's like anything else. You have a learning curve, and he's slowly learning, and before you know it, he'll be right at the front.
And one thing about racing, especially kart racing or any kind of racing, it takes a big time commitment. If you're involved in racing, your family, your spouse, they have to support you in it because 90% of the time is work and 10% of the time is racing. And here we go, like we say, 2 members of the family sharing the kart and support from the other members, of course.
This is certainly true, Don. Without your family or support behind you, you can't do anything in racing.
Look at this. Matthew has just drawn away the white flag. Just walking away there in number 12, that MXK chassis. Our points leader, Wes Schwersky, is still having a battle with Robbie Middlemas right to the end. It looks like he can hold it. He could slip up a bit here. There goes Robbie trying the inside one more time. Wes hold his line. Can't get by him. There's a racing line. There's a qualifying line you take and a racing line. And a racing line is to try your best to keep an equal competitor behind you. Not blocking, but just going in the right place at the right time in the track.
Well, it's time for his victory lap now, Don, and I guess to take the checker flag around the track for a lap and get their picture taken.
Yeah, he's getting real used to this.
Yeah, it could be habit forming.
I was there the first time he tried a kart out, and right from the beginning you could see he was a natural. And everybody else is too. I think his main advantage is the fact that he does put a lot of test time into the kart, and a lot of time when not racing and testing the kart and his driving and racing a lot of other tracks. So that gives him a lot of experience and confidence. Congratulations, Matthew. There we go. Our Junior 1 winner, Matthew Champagne. And in second place was Robbie Middlemas, if I'm not mistaken, and Wes Schwersky in third.
No, I think Wes was second. He got him with 2 laps to go, and
okay.
Robbie was third.
Stand corrected. Here we are for the Junior 2.
Yeah, we're out for
The senior junior class, ages 12 to 15. And can you run it down for us, please, Paul?
Okay, Don, just a minute here.
Ready.
Okay, on the pole we got number 71, Michael Bowman. On the outside of him is the number 15 of Joey Middlemas. In the 13, Kimberly Hill. The 23, Theo Kudis. 88 is going to be Scott Gibson. The 14K is Kevin G. The 06A is Adam Nelson from St. Catharines. The 3 is Dougie Ashton. The 42 is the Alex Weldon. And at the back of the field is the 06 with Brandon Easy from Grimsby.
Yeah, we got another good race here. On the pole, number 71, Mike Bowman, looking good. Joey Middlemas is right there. Joey's a great driver, competitor, helps a lot of people. He helped me when I was running the 2-cycle unlimited, sort of a semi-crew. I'd like to thank him for that. And he's a real sportsman. He shows it in his driving and in the competition. One more lap, trying to line him up. Dana and his assistant starter calming him down a bit. They're all getting ready to go. You can see him blipping the throttles as they're going down the back straight. He's taking a close eye on him. Should get the green flag coming out of 4. They're looking good. Bowman setting the pace. There's the green, perfect start. Joey Middlemas on the outside trying to get him. And Kimberly Hill on the inside taking Joey, going down the back straight with Scott Gibson in 4th place. And number 23, number 23, Theo Goodis. There's Kimberly Hill making a move on Joey Middlemas. She gets him, but Joey comes back going on the inside. Kimberly tries to get him again going on the inside of the front straight. Joey holds it going into 2. There's a great battle between 06 Adam Nelson and number 88, Scott Gibson. They're going at it hammer and tongs, and there's Theo Goodis right there with number 14, Kevin Gee, our points leader. He's going at number 06 goes up on the berm, Brandon Easy. Oh, he taps back number 88, Scott Gibson. Gotta watch that. Theo Goodis is right there, number 14, Kevin Gee also. There goes Scott Gibson up in the berm. Drops back. Kevin Gee is right there. We got a heck of a battle here for 4th through 7th. Mike Bowman's running away. Joey Middlemas in 2nd and Kimberly Hill in 3rd. But we got this great battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Right now, Theo Goodis has got the 4th place position, but here comes Kevin Gee. He's got up there. He's right in the back of Goodis' rear bumper with Brandon Easy right there trying to get him on the inside. He might get him in formation going down into 1. There goes Kevin Gee. Touches the back wheel a bit, but keeps it clean with 06 on the outside and Adam Nelson.
It's a pretty intense race, Don. Pack is really moving.
Mike Bowman's right up in front. There's still that battle of Joey Middlemas and Kimberly Hill for 2nd and 3rd, but here comes Kevin Gee going into 3, bounces around a bit. Having a real battle with Theo Goodis, and 06 comes back, Brandon Easy and 88, Scott Gibson. keep an eye on that battle. We got a heck of a dice going there for those middle field positions. We also have number 3, Doug Ashton, and 06, Brandon Easy, and at the end of the field, Alex Wheeldon. Mike Bowman running away.
Doing a real fine job of it, too. Don, he's riding the high groove over here through 3 and 4. Watch him go through real smoothly.
Now watch this. There he goes. Lets the kart drift up, coming out of 4. Goes the high line to front straight. Dives down into 1. Lets the kart drift out as it's coming out of 2. That's the way you do it. That's the way you should do it. This battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th, still hammer and tongs. Feel Goodis managed to hang on, but there's 14, Kevin Gee. There he goes. He's on the inside of him. He's holding it. See if he's got the speed to hold him down at back straight. I think he does. Well, a little bit too low, little Bob, and that gives Brandon Easy a chance. Look at that. Brandon Easy goes up 2 positions. Whoa. That's Scott Gibson and Theo Goodis getting together. Number 14, Kevin Gee, hasn't had a chance. Here's the white flag. Mike Bowman's going to win it, no problem. Kimberly Hill might be able to take 2nd place. But out of that battle in midfield, Brandon Easy is ahead. Theo Goodis went down 1 position, but Kevin Gee's trying to get him line. Doesn't quite make it with Scott Gibson in 6th. What a race.
Yeah, that was breathtaking back there in the pack. Michael Bowman ran away with it, but the rest of the cars were closely bunched and going through the corners too, 3 wide at various times. Thrilling action.
Mike Bowman, your winner, sponsored by Industrial Hose and Hydraulics, and from Beamsville, and his dad does, of course, the crewing and a lot of work on it. Great driver, a good win. Hang on a bit, folks. We got a little technical difficulty. We'll be right with you. Okay, we're back with you. Again, here we are for the feature race for our combination race with the modified 4-cycle classes, the junior super stock and the 4-cycle modified.
Okay, Don, in the 4-cycle modified, we got the 42 of Joey Priestley sitting on the pole. Outside of him is the number 1 of Dan Wilder, and then starting 3rd will be the number 7 of Bernie Van Harlen. Okay, starting half a lap back in the junior super stocks on the pole, the winner of both heats is number 53, Roberto Palillo. On the outside of him will be Robbie Klassen out of Fenwick, and number 3, Jimmy Neufeld out of Thorold.
We don't have all the carts out. Oh, here comes Rob Clausen, the 3rd driver in the junior super stock race, who had a real neck-and-neck finish at the flag between him and Jim Neufeld. We think Jimmy Neufeld got him by millimeters, but well, you know for sure, we see the replay. It was a really close 2nd and 3rd in that last heat.
Well, these carts are a little finicky sometimes, especially when the weather gets cool like this, so you can hear Joey Priestley's engine spittering and backfiring over there. He's trying to figure out what's wrong with it. Maybe the carburetor perhaps is out of adjustment. Maybe the spark plug is fouled.
Okay, they're getting ready here. Got to cut the after this race. We got to change states. We got to stop after this race. Tell the starter. Okay, we got getting the field lined up. Joey Priestley was having a little problem getting going satisfactorily, but he's okay. He's from Fawn Hill, number 42, a great runner. Dan Wilder, who's leading the points, has been a champion in this class a couple of times as a four-cycle engine builder, former four-cycle tech man and coordinator for the club, who is very competitive, builds great motors, and has a lot of fun. Well, we got the green, but we're missing number 7, Bernie Van Harlem. You can see if a camera can pick it up. No, I'm sorry, it's not. Joey Priestley has the problem. So it's Bernie and Dan in four-cycle modified.
Yeah, Dan's pulling a bit of a lead, but Bernie's coming on hard. Looks like Joey Priestley won't be able to get his kart going over there. They started without him.
Roberto Palillo is right out in front again in junior super stock. Rob Klassen seems to be skidding around a bit. But him and Jimmy are, I think, definitely set to have a real battle, and sure they are. There's Rob Klassen and Jimmy Neufeld. Rob's just waiting a bit. Shouldn't wait too long, but he's pretty intelligent and patient driver. It's starting to show. He's starting to find the line. The motor's running good. The kart's handling good. There's Bernie Van Harlem taking Dan Wilder. Nice move there, Paul.
Yeah, looks like Dan's going to challenge him back on the inside, though. These guys can run nose to tail with no problem. Dan's really struggling here. You can see him bouncing up and down the seat, trying to get some more speedways or straightaway speed on that thing. Now he's trying to cut a low line. Bernie's staying a little high.
Now there's a real battle. That bouncing up and down for that split second in your air, it takes weight off the kart. It's an old technique. I think we talked about it before, but it works, especially at the finish line. Bernie Van Harlem, Dan working on his engine. Bernie's in first, Dan's in second. And again, we got Roberto Palillo closing up on these two four-cycle modified drivers with engines that are a lot more powerful. He's really doing a good job today. And Jimmy Neufeld and Rob Klassen are having a real battle there. They're having a great race on their own. Robbie seems to get a little loose on top of 2 there when the kart goes high. Staying in the middle of the groove going around, but seems to get loose in the top end, especially on 2.
Yeah, he seems to be having a real problem with that, but Robbie's a consummate driver. He's smooth, he's good, he's seen a lot of different situations, so I'm sure he's fighting an ill-handling kart right now, but he's doing a good job.
Battle continues up front with the four-cycle modified. Only 2 karts in as Joey Priestley had technical problems and dropped out. Bernie Harlem seems to be under control, but Dan's not going to let him have it that easy. As you can see, he closes up. Oh, Dan hits a bit of the speed bumps there and loses a lot of time.
Well, it looks like the field's strung out a bit here. Bernie Van Harlem seems to have the race well under control. Roberto Palillo is still doing a good job, 3rd overall on the track, leading the junior sportsman. Jimmy Neufeld seems to they space themselves out quite a bit, running at about an even pace.
Yeah, that little bobble with the berm, the bumps down there in number 2 cost Dan quite a bit of time. He's starting to make it up slowly, but it gave Bernie Van Harlem a big advantage, and he's taking full advantage of it with 2 laps to go. Dan's gaining slowly, but I don't think, and then he goes up high again, almost goes off the track, going into the back straight, and I think that's all she wrote there. But it ain't over till it's over. Ain't over till it's over. We're flying low here. Roberto Palillo. We had a 1-2-3 situation with Roberto, Jimmy Neufeld, and Rob Klassen. Here's the flag. Bernie Van Harlem wins it. Dan Wilder second. 1-2 in the four-cycle modified. Roberto Palillo from Fenwick, sponsored by Star Video, with full support from his dad, who's also a stock car driver, and the family with Jim Neufeld, sponsored by Neufeld Construction, MXK Racing, the MXK chassis, as you can see, and Rob Klassen giving him a good fight in 3rd. Rob's graduated as well as Jimmy and Roberto from junior light four-cycle, as far as I know. Is that right?
I'm sorry, Don?
The 3 junior superstock drivers graduated up from senior light.
They were running junior 2, actually. This This class is the junior super stock is between 12 and 15, I think. And then they when they do turn 15, they can graduate into the limited modifieds like this. This class is 15 up for the limited modifieds.
As you saw, there's Vernie Van Harlem, the winner in 4-cycle modified. And here we come. It's Roberto Palillo, number 53 from Fenwick, sponsored by Star Video, who's running really well, almost catching those 4-cycle modifieds, doing his victory lap. This feels great when you do a victory lap.
There's no feeling like it in the world, I'll tell you. It's just chill down your spine, and you've got a big smile on your face. You know you're tired, you know you worked hard, you're sweaty, but it's just a really satisfying feeling.
There's Sherry taking pictures of all the feature winners, doing a great job. Helps with the registration, working hard, and also Paul's wife.
Yeah, she does a great job. I wouldn't be anything without her.
Behind a great man, you need a great woman.
This is absolutely true, Don. Plus, she's great with figures.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we're gonna cut away now. We have a do a little technical switch, so we'll be with you in a second. Just hang in there.
You're watching your community channel. We are McLean Hunter Cable TV.
Feature race. Those oldies but goodies.
Yeah, oldies but goodies, and that's the class I normally run in when I'm not being Mr. President. I can hardly wait to get back out there, Don. It's been a while. But we're going to try it maybe next week.
All right, the return of the torpedo.
Yeah, probably sink myself.
Okay, Paul, tell us who's in this one again. Just, we might have forgotten.
Okay, the over 35 class on the pole is number 77, Randy Hollingshead out of Hamilton. On the outside pole is the 711 of Rob Garrison from Fort Erie. Jeff Sheldon in the 91S will be starting in third spot. Brian Hill in the 13, and they in the fourth position. 44, George Ashton from Fort Erie will be starting fifth. The 7 of, let me see, I'm sorry, the 7 of Jeff Sheldon starting back there, and at the very back will be the 90 of Steve Wingfield in that Honda. He's just breaking that motor in, Don. He just wanted a little lap time, so these guys don't mind him running around the back.
A few folks are wondering why we have a Honda here, because in kart racing in Ontario, Honda 5-horse motors are the basis for that type of class. Briggs is actually Briggs and Stratton 5-horse motors in kart racing is actually a derivation of the American formula. That's why you find we're in proximity to the border or the American kart racing clubs, you find a lot of Briggs and Stratton motors. As you get away from the border and into the rest of Ontario, particularly around the Toronto area, you'll find all the 5-horse motors are mainly Honda. The Hondas run really well. We're definitely not taking anything away from them. Like you said, this engine just being broken in, and most of the time they can run heads up with no problem. As well as previously, they used to run Honda, Tecumseh, Kawasaki, and Briggs all together at the same time in the same classes because they are equal motors. The only difference now is that the Honda motors are overhead valve motors, while the former Honda racing engines, the G200s, used to be a sort of side valve flathead, just like the Briggs and Stratton 5-horse is.
Well, the Briggs has a lot of torque, and the Honda, although powerful, side by side, the Briggs seems to out-torque them, Don. But we'll see here.
We got the drop of the green with Randy Hollingshead in that full position, determined to keep it, with Rob Garrison determined to take it away from him, and Brian Hill wanting to have a good result. And speaking of Brian Hill, he just got tapped in the back by George Ashton, but that didn't make any difference. Brian is trying to take Rob Garrison there, doesn't quite make it in 1 and 2. He's going to try it again, I know he is. Oh, a little slip by Rob Garrison there, giving a chance to Brian Hill to try to go on the outside. There he is, diving on the inside of 2. Still can't manage to do it. Rob Garrison is really determined to hold that position. There's a little bit of problems with a Honda in the back with Steve Wingfield from Burlington just managing to keep going, hopefully finish the race.
That engine sounds a little tight, John. I guess it is brand new in that Honda.
By the way, 91S, who had, might have noticed, had problems before the race started, has been withdrawn. Too much technical difficulty to continue. That's too bad, but I'm sure he'll be back. That's Jeff Sheldon, another Fort Erie connection.
Yeah, Jeff, as I mentioned before, is coming along. Like, it's only his 5th race meet, and he's been doing quite well.
Oh, here we go. A little thing there between our 2nd and 3rd place runner, but Randy Hollingshead, number 77, who, like we said, the dirt modified driver. We're talking DIRT, the dirt series that runs through upstate New York and Canada, that you're really familiar with, Paul, because you work and crew on that type of car.
Yes, I do, Don. I'm on the Wayne Ashton Auto Pro number 3 pit crew, and it's quite a fun thing to do. It's pretty busy time on the weekends, you know, stock car racing and go-kart racing, but I love it. You know, like, racing's my favorite sport.
Halfway between, and of course, you had that interview with another stock car driver that went really well, that everybody had a chance to see.
Yeah, that was Mark Elsey. He used to race the 99 modified years ago when big blocks were around, and Mark's the service manager down at Dave Lyons in Fort Erie. And
we got a heck of a battle here. Don't mean to interrupt, but Brian Hill has just taken Rob Garrison with a great move. Garrison went up on top of the hill there on the back straight, lost time, got a little flustered. See how it's costing him, about 5 kart lengths. Let's see if he can make it up. Less than half the race to go.
Well, I can see Rob's head's down, so he's really determined to make up ground now.
Yeah, we got body language here. Head back, down. Yeah. That'll tell you how the driver feels. Just watch what their body does. Randy Hollingshead puts a lap on number 90, Steve Wingfield, who's just running that motor in, just out there going slow and steady. That's sometimes if you don't have the chance, if you're working during the week, you can't get out to do the setups and breaking in. You have to do it at the racetrack, and that's the situation we've got here. Brian Hill is putting distance between himself and Rob Garrison. I think Rob Garrison had a little problem after that bit where he lost it and went up. Could have upset the cart a bit. Looks that way. 1 lap to go. Hollingshead, he could coast to the flag from here. Brian Hill gets his revenge. Looks like he's got a pretty sure 2nd place with our hard runner, Rob Garrison, in 3rd. There it is. Randy Hollingshead takes the win. Brian Hill 2nd of the Hill family. 3 drivers, and that's one of them. Rob Garrison from the Fort Erie connection. George Ashton, the points leader from the Fort Erie connection. And the Honda of Steve Wingfield from Burlington, who I hope comes out more and more. And we'll be glad to see him. There's your winner, Randy Hollingshead.
Yeah, Randy's a consummate driver. He's smooth, he's fast, and he's got good backing from Vess Motorsports. Vess is one of the companies that supply us with racing, or the only company actually really that supplies us with racing supplies right at the track here. They have a van come in, and if anybody needs a sprocket or a washer, a bolt, a nut, or a jet, they have it right in the trailer. So, and they've supported us throughout the years, along with several of other companies and businesses in the greater Niagara Hamilton area.
Yeah, well, Randy Hollingshead takes it. I don't know if you talked to him what he thinks about this kind of racing compared to stock car racing, but imagine he must really like it.
Well, he wins a lot, so he loves it.
Yeah, winning always helps you make you like something, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a great
Here we go, the Rock and Roll Boys. 2-cycle unlimited. Mike Golick doing it to everybody today. Let's see if he can do it in the feature. We got 25 laps of a lot of speed. Run it down for us.
Mike Herbie Golick out of Fenwick. Sitting on the outside of him is going to be the number 12 of Andre Champagne out of Fond Hill. Then we got the 7 of Fred Legault, and then the 1 of Dan Strabitza.
Number 14, Jim Nelson, has managed to get into the final. If he keeps that up, he won't get into the final.
Yeah, well, Jim was telling me about the motor on that thing. It's out of an ultralight airplane. It's got 2 spark plugs per cylinder on it. It's like a snowmobile engine, but it's actually out of an airplane. It's an aircraft engine.
Now, what's that called? Kohler? It's Kohler engine?
I think it's a Kohler engine, and I think it's almost 440 cc's. It's a big motor, and it's hard to hook it up.
Kohler, which reminds me of Cayuga, straight line.
Yeah, drag racing.
Which, if things work out well, folks, we might have a chance to cover some of the drag racing. A lot of locals there, particularly a alcohol funny car driver by the name of Larry Dobbs from Welland, who is very successful. So we're hoping to go out there and shoot some drag racing. Let us know if you want that to happen. We'll see if we can do it as well.
That sounds like fun, Don. I haven't been to a drag race in years.
I was there a couple of weeks ago, did some videotaping, and got to know the marketing director, Andrea, and she's welcomed us and everybody to come out there. And they're going to burn down some silos with jet cars in a couple of weeks.
That's always exciting. I've seen them perform.
And they're going to build a road course out there. We're going to have a 2.5 Mossport style road course out in Cayuga. So that's going to be really exciting.
Sounds really exciting. This is a revived Cayuga. The old Cayuga is gone. The new Cayuga is here.
Yeah, new and improved. Okay, we got Mike Golick in a pole. They're coming around the back straight, getting ready to take the green. They're pretty well behaved before the start. After is a different story.
Completely different.
And the green falls. Mike Golick goes into the lead. Andre Champagne taking him on the outside. And Fred Legault spins in one.
We got a yellow out there.
We got a yellow. It's right at the beginning of the race, first lap, so we'll go back to the original lineup and restart the race. Fred got a little exuberant out there and won. It's also probably caused by the fact it's cooling down a bit here. The track's going to get a little slippery because the temperatures drop. It's going to take a few laps for tires to heat up, for track to heat up from the friction, so got to watch it.
Yeah, track conditions change. People don't realize it, but especially a dirt track, it changes throughout the day. The characteristics of it, the bite you get with your tires, the speeds vary greatly on through the corners throughout the day because of the changing of the track.
Yep, here they are coming around again, lined up in the same position. Dana gives them the green. Off they go again. Herbie puts his foot down, going into one. Andre tries the same move. Dennis on the outside of two. Fred Legault sneaks in there. Jeff Nelson holding up the rear, and Fred spins again. Fred, I think it's slippery up in 3 as well.
Yeah, he gets up on those marbles, and there's not much you can do. He just whips around on them.
Yeah, these tires got to heat up. The track's getting really hard. We can run slicks out there, no problem now. Soft slicks, and just like you're running on asphalt.
Well, yeah, I know Herbie in the front there, he's got really soft dirt tires, almost like slicks with just a few grooves cut in them. Perhaps that's why he's getting such good bite. You can see the black mark in the 2 grooves.
If anybody can read the track, he can. Here comes the green. Herbie's reading it again. Andre's trying to take him, drops back a little bit. Fred tries to go the inside. Dennis pulling up in the back of Andre. Working that wheel. A lot of oversteer. Herbie's got that line. Andre tries to take him in the middle, just can't hold it. I know he's going to try again going into 3, but Herbie's got a little bit too much momentum. Andre's dropping down there. Here comes Dennis. Dennis swinging up, pumping that throttle, blipping that throttle, going into the turns. Foot right down, the wings shaking. Herbie gets past. Andre goes a little squirrely. Herbie tries to take him going to 3, makes it. Here comes Dennis, banks together with Andre. All 3 of them touch. Wow. 3 sheet metal change between the first 3 positions. Jeff Nelson's coming out here with technical problems. The Kohler not selling too well, but here we go, rock and roll in the front. Herbie gets the lead again. This time Dennis goes in the second. Andre's fighting with Dennis. It's not going to get any better than this. Arms flailing. Kart's going sideways. Oversteer all over the place. Here comes the bite. Kicking up the dust. Herbie goes into 1. Coming out of 2. Dennis holds it. Andre's right there. Dennis is working up with Herbie. He's just going high. Can't keep the kart low. Herbie's keeping that kart low, handling no problem. Dennis is drifting up. That back end seems to want to come out. The oversteer is really prevalent here. Andre's got the handling now. He's going on the inside. Not quite. all that power from that Rotax in Dennis's kart. But Andre's handling a lot better. He's going into 3, going that inside again. Dennis is going high. He knows what's going to happen. Herbie's taking advantage, running away with it. Wow, here we go. Whoa, Andre and Dennis come together again. Again, they come together. It's a ding-dong here. Dennis going in the middle, getting a better line. Andre drops it down. Here goes Dennis. Andre's up in the berm. He lets him go by again. It's back and forth with second and third. Herbie's laughing in the helmet. Andre tries it again. Dennis goes high. Andre tries taking the inside, going down the back straight. Dennis has the momentum and the power going in, but again, he goes high. Andre tries to get him on the inside. Not quite that time. Whoa! Almost loses it. Dennis almost loses it. Andre's bouncing coming out of 2. Whoa, hits the berm again, bouncing. That's dropped him back. He lost the momentum. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to the finish. Herbie's right there. Dennis is going to give it all he has. I hope he doesn't blow second. But it doesn't matter. He's going to try. First is all that counts as far as he's concerned.
Andre Campaign giving it all into the second corner there.
In there. Coming down for the flag. It's Mike Herbie going. He wins it. Dennis Rubitsa in second from St. Catherine, Great Canadian Sign Company, Andre Champagne. Number 12 with the twin Dinos and the Buller chassis from Nebraska. I kept saying Dino, but it's Buller from Nebraska. Excellent setup, flames, and here we go.
That was an excellent race, Don. That showed you what go-karts on the limit can do. Flying low.
Flying low, that's why I love this class. Well-deserved victory lap for Herbie.
Yeah, he did a great job today.
I got to get out there again.
I know, you're chomping at the bit, aren't you?
Yeah, do you see the drool?
Yeah, here's a handkerchief.
Okay, Yamaha's coming up next. It's going to be a good race again. We've got Dave Stocker going hard as the points leader, but Steve Ruddy from Hamilton, sponsored by Dynomax Performance Exhaust, is doing well. Here comes Herbie, the winner. High five. Let's hear it for the winner. There it is. Herbie does it. Hands in the air. Well-deserved win. Let's give him a round of applause. Come on, folks. You don't see it any better than that.
And the cart's for sale, too, folks.
Yeah, he's all excited that he let it shut off.
Yeah, Don, the cart's for sale. He wants to, thinking about getting into those
There you go,
stage
Paul,
carts.
you and me.
Yeah, good price, too. For any of you folks out there, hey, great way to get into the ultimate form of motorsport.
You want to race and go fast. This is more than enough speed you need. Believe me.
Beyond what you need.
We got speed here, too, in the Yamaha. This is how you break in to 2-cycle racing. Go from here up to the 100cc more exotic engines, and up to unlimited 2-cycle dirt or supercart or lay-down enduro. Got the wild lay-down enduro carts up and down the States, where the guy lays down his back with 2 engines beside his head. Flying low, the driver's so low, you can hear the ground. Okay, we're going to get set up for this race. Fill us in on who's in it.
Okay, we're starting on the pole, Don, and we got the 72 Steve Ruddy, the winner of both our heats. He's starting up there in the pole, should have a good chance here. On the outside is Dave Stocker, our current points leader in the 2S. In the 13, Sean Hill. The 11 is Marv Nash.
We're going. We're off. Steve Ruddy, 72. Take it away, Paul.
That's the 01 of Dan Peasant. Steve pulling away from Dave a little bit. Dave's going a little high. Here comes Sean trying to squeak in there. Sean's drafting Dave down the straightaway through the corner tube area. Dan Peasant fighting his cart to the outside berm. Ruddy pulling away. Here's, looks like the 13 trying to get in there, Don.
He's got to, being in second, he's got to worry about Sean behind him and Steve in front of him, trying to catch one and fight off the other. Sean's really going. Cart's oversteering. Back end's coming out. He's really pushing it. Just doesn't seem to have the power. Just doesn't seem to have the power going down his straightaway to keep up with Dave or Steve. But it's a fairly long race, so handling goes away sometime in karts that lead at the beginning. So we have a really, really close finish before this is over. Marv Nash, by the way, holding up the 100cc controlled honor in the back of the field.
We got a spin out here.
Up, Dan Peasant, 01 from St. Path. 4 gets it going again, but we've got a caution.
This should close the field up, maybe make it a little tighter.
Yeah, this should give Dave Stocker and Sean Hill the chance to have a go at Steve. Steve Ruddy from Hamilton.
Yeah,
Dave Stocker, sponsored by RDM Car Sales and Leasing. Sean Hill, Industrial Hose and Hydraulics, the Bowman family.
And he closed it up here. It looks like one more lap to go. They'll be starting double file, which will enable them all to have an equal chance here.
Yeah, I guess they didn't complete enough laps yet to go single file, so they're going to do it side by each.
Here they go.
Yep, coming to the green. Steve Ruddy holds it again. Dave Stocker trying the outside. Sean Hill going on the inside. Oh, they stay that way. There's Dave. He's using more than the track that there is. Doesn't quite make it. Steve Ruddy really handling him. Here comes Dave Stocker on the inside, going down the front straight. Just can't quite hold it. Sean Hill hits the speed bumps. Yeah, speed bump. We got 1, 2, 3. Steve Ruddy, Dave Stocker, Sean Hill with Dan Peasant right there. Marv Nash sliding through 3 and 4. Sean Hill's trying to take Dave Stocker. Just can't seem to get him. It's not the driving. I think it's the power this time. He's blipping that throttle, keeping the RPMs up, keeping the RPMs and the momentum up at the same time. Go on the inside, touching those bumps again.
Well, he's got a young body he can handle. Oh, he's almost off the back chute into the
pond. It's a bumps on the outside, almost pond material there.
Throwing up a rooster tail.
And he's still there, despite that. Whoa, a little bit too hard. Sean spins, keeps it going. Oh, that's going to cost him. I think the only chance he might have now is to catch Dan. Dan's running good. It might not be possible. Dave Stocker's having trouble with Steve. Steve Ruddy, well in control, number 72 from Hamilton. Dynamax Performance Exhaust sponsorship. Oh, Marv touches the inside there. Here comes Brian, or Sean. I keep saying Brian. Sorry about that, guys. Here comes Sean. Oh, he's on the berm again. He's just really trying. He's trying plus.
He's trying awfully hard.
He's going to be flying upside down low pretty soon.
I hope not.
No, he's keeping it on there.
I think the car got really loose on him there. The rear end. Oh, there he goes again. Oh, he keeps it going. He did a loop, and I think he's doing a little stunt driving out there.
He's getting a little flustered out there. He's pushing it too hard beyond the kart's limit. He's got to calm himself down a bit and save that third place position. Fourth place position. White flag. Steve Ruddy up front. Dave Stocker can't seem to handle him. Here comes Steve Ruddy out of 4, heading towards the flag. He takes it. Dave Stocker second. Dan Peasant hangs in there, takes third. Here comes Sean. Spinning and loose, but he still managed it. And Marv Nash coming up for the 100cc control class.
Well, that was a good race. Perhaps not a lot of lead changes, but you can see that drivers really are intense, even if they're back a few kart lengths. I think Steve did a particularly good job. Steve's new to this kart racing this year. Started right in the Yamaha class, and I believe this is his second or third feature win. Dave Stocker's won a few, and Dan Peasant is a pleasant surprise there. It's probably only his third race in a Yamaha. He moved up from the senior light.
Yeah, previously he's having some problems with the engine. These engines don't work right. You have a lot of problems getting them set up. Once they're going, they go great, but boy, it's a difficult time getting them set up, and you have to work out a lot. Innumerable hours spent, I can tell you about it, believe me. And once they're running great, there's nothing better. You get that kick in the back when the power comes on, but when they're running bad, there's nothing more frustrating. There's your winner, Steve Ruddy from Hamilton, number 72, with the Dynamax sponsorship. The crowd give him a huge round of applause here.
The crowd's going wild, folks.
They can't contain themselves. And I'd like to thank the crowd for showing up today.
Yeah,
we had a great turnout.
Yeah,
we get the cameras to show all the people that are here, despite the weather starting to go away on us, and hopefully it's going to hold. We've had a great day. Everybody's been having a really good time. Thanks to McLean Hunter for covering this series, and Corey and Felix and all the crew, and Super Director from Pembroke. Again, much thanks to McLean Hunter Cable 10 out of Welland and the rest of the Niagara Network. We're going to be back for 2 more races doing this. Watch it on Cable 10. Come out and watch it live. Do everything. Come and talk to us. We'd love to talk to you. I'd like to have you out here. Okay, this is going to be the feature race, Senior Light.
Yeah, looks like we got the lineup there. Senior Light 25 lap feature. The pole's going to be the number 8 of Ryan Grady. He's out of Fenwick. On the outside of him is scheduled to go is Joey Priestley out of Font Hill. Then we got the 5 of Ryan Smith from St. Catharines. The 7 of Gary Guzda from Welland. In the 73 is Brian Smith from Fort Erie. And at the tail is Gordon McKee in the 14 out of St. Catharines.
Okay, maybe we'll mention it this time, Paul, about anybody that's interested in the club, learning about it, joining it, getting involved. It's a Niagara Kart Racing Club. Call you at, or?
Yeah, you can call me at 937-4177. That's St. Catharines number, but I live just over the border in Niagara on the Lake, so call me anytime. I got an answering machine. I can get back to you if I'm not home or if I'm out karting or doing whatever. I'm always willing to talk, say anything, or anything I know. I'm always willing to share it with anyone.
Okay, Paul, what's that number again so people can get it?
It's 937-4177.
Don't be shy, folks. I'd be glad to talk to you. I'll be glad to talk to you. You can call me at 732-2803. Talk about kart racing, something you want to know about, just racing in general. You know, chew it out. Discuss racing. I just love it.
Yeah, he's a fanatic, folks.
Yeah, here we go, the green. Number 8, Ryan Grady into the lead with Joey Priestley in second place, giving a little bump in the back. Our rookie, Gary Guzda, right there again with number 5, Ryan Smith from St. Catharines in fourth. In fifth place, number 14, Gordon McKee, and 73, Brian Smith. Ryan Grady holding that position up front, sponsored by G.W. McPherson Trucking. And there's Joey Priestley again from Font Hill, sponsored by Action Appraisals and Claire Cycle, the motorcycle people. They got those incredible bikes all there, including the Hart HDs. Gary Guzda, the rookie, he's doing really well. Do you know anything about Gary? I'm really not that familiar with him.
Well, Gary came to a kart race, I believe, last year and got excited about it. He found out about Tom Neufeld selling a really nice MXK and bought it from him. And Tom helped him set it up and coached him a bit. But Gary, he's picked up a lot of it on his own and through a lot of help of the other people in the pits. But he seems to be quite a natural.
Well, he's learning fast, that's for sure. And right up front, we've got Ryan Grady from Fenwick. Yeah, it seems to have a fairly comfortable lead with Joey Priestley trying to catch him. But the battle there is between Gary Guzda we were talking about, Ryan Smith, and Gordon McKee from St. Catharines, especially between Gary Guzda, our rookie, and Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith, by the way, is also the points leader in this class.
Yeah, there was just a little contact over there in corner 2, and looks like Gordon McKee got a little bit of an advantage over Gary and Ryan. Ryan dropped back to 5th in that bump and run.
Ryan Grady's got the race well under control. The Junior 1, Senior Light class that we're watching here in the feature race, the 25-lap feature race is always a competitive class. This is where the drivers start to get serious and really start to consider motor racing possibly as a career. This is when the development really starts.
Yeah, this is when they're out of their kids or their younger years. And you have to get serious about it. If you want to be successful in this type of racing or any type of racing, you have to be serious about it. You're gonna enjoy yourself after the races, but while you're out there before the races, when you're preparing, you have to be dead serious. You have to think and plan and scheme. You have to use your head a lot. And this is when they realize that through knowledge they can do well.
Yeah, it takes a lot of commitment. Commitment's the word, hard work, those usual attributes we all know happen in life generally. The thing about racing a career is totally possible. There's a lot of racing that pays really well. The ultimate sports figures, I think, in the rankings, is that Michael Jordan's the highest paid athlete in the world. One of the boxers is second, and Ayrton Senna, the Formula One driver, who's also an ex-kart racer like all of them, Alan Prost, Nigel Mansell, you name it. Paul Tracy, who I used to race with at Goodwood Kartway. Emerson Fittipaldi used to keep his chops up in Brazil when he was out of racing for a while. This motor racing as a living, as a career, makes a definite possibility now. So a lot of guys think that, some don't want to go that far, some of them do.
Well, there's also the local possibilities too. Some of these kids, I've talked to them, and around here, our most common type of motorsport is the dirt track modified racing. A lot of the kids are really interested in that. But I know as they get older, their eyes will be open to IndyCar, Formula One, GT racing. There's a whole raft of motorsports that you can enter into.
Yeah, if we're picking up that action between number 7, Gary Guzda, and Brian Smith, they're really going at it. Gary seems to be a little perturbed there. He had his hand off the wheel making a little gesture, or maybe he just got a cramp, I'm not sure. But these two guys are really having a battle. Now we're getting away from it. We just had this chance with the field spread out to talk about a few other little things. Ryan Grady is still there up front with Joey Priestley running second. Gordon McKee from St. Catharines in third. Ryan Smith from St. Catharines in fourth. And Gary Guzda, our rookie from Welland, in fifth place. And 73, Brian Smith from Fort Erie, sponsored by Polish Pizza, at the rear of the field, but hanging there really well.
I think this is the first time that he's gone. Brian Smith's gone 25 laps, if I'm not mistaken. He's hanging right in there. It's pretty rough to go that length of distance. People don't think motor racing drivers, race car drivers are athletes, but this is an extremely athletic event. You have to be in reasonably good shape, and you have to have some stamina, and you have to have great coordination and anticipation. It's to my way of thinking, it's a very real form of athleticism.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're getting pounded. The thing is, you're running on adrenaline. Your body's running on adrenaline for over 2 hours in a normal race, longer in things like the Indy 500. Just keyed up. It's like being totally excited for like 2 hours. The drain on the body and that is enough. The G-forces are sometimes more than like an F-16 or F-15 fighter plane. It's just incredible. If you're not in good shape, you're never going to win. All those guys that are out there, you watching racing and all the higher forms of racing, NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar racing, IMSA, top athletes. And here's the checkered flag. Ryan Grady wins it.
Is the winner there. Joey Priestley in second, Gordon McKee in third. In fourth spot was Ryan Smith. Fifth place was Gary Guzda, and number 73, Brian Smith, in the sixth position.
There he is, Ryan Grady wins our feature race. Senior Light 4-cycle, taking his victory lap. Sponsored by J.W. McPherson Trucking. It's a Fenwick guy right here. We're from Fenwick, we got a Fenwick winner.
Hometown boy.
And it's really nice to like to mention that everybody around here that lives around the track is totally supportive of the racing. It's a beautiful area. They think the racing adds excitement and variety to their area. I'd like to thank everyone from Fenwick and the folks that live around here for their support of the racing, and I'm sure they'll continue to do that in the future. So that's it for our feature races. We're going to be back to you not too long for the award presentations, so don't go away. We'll be with you in a second. watching the show. We had a lot of fun doing it. We've got 2 more to go. We hope everybody can turn out either live at the track or watch it on Cable 10, McLean Hunter Cable 10. Like we said, like you've been seeing, it's a lot of fun, and it's flying low.
You're watching your community channel. We are McLean Hunter Cable TV.